Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves, and I'm still unboxing, which means we've got some more random reviews coming. See, as you can see, we're filling up the shelves. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there, you see. We've got that one. Oh my, yes. And we've got some little ones over here, and we still got piles of boxes and big empty ones behind, so we still have a lot of work to do, but we're making progress. And now we're up to Dave's Faves number 365. The entire year, normative year that is, because we're going to do leap year, that's coming, don't worry. But yeah, and so what was I going to do for 365? Well, it just had to be the Haydn string quartets, the pieces that invented classical music as we know it. And they did. They really did. The best Haydn string quartet cycle, that's all of them, is the Auryn quartet on Tacet, a fabulous independent label that makes demonstration quality recordings with one of the great 20th century string quartets, or 21st century string quartets. Magnificent performances all the way through. Soup to nuts. There are no weak links in here. I happen to be holding up here the String Quartets Opus 20 because I made a video about the Opus 20 quartets, particularly as, one of the most earth-shattering groups of works, because there are 6 of them, ever invented by anybody. I mean, they really did establish the classical style, the string quartet, the idea of mixing sonata dramatic syntax with counterpoint, because 3 of the quartets end with fugues, and they are also from Haydn's Sturm und Drang period, so there's the heightened expressivity of the music. I mean, just very intense, a lot of this music is, and it runs the entire gamut from comedy to tragedy to everything in between. There is no more comprehensive or extraordinary group of works in the history of Western music. Period. I kid you not. And my God, this is a wonderful cycle. It really is. Haydn wrote, well, how many quartets are there? There's something like 83 and a half or something like that. There's a lot of them. And they are a lifetime of listening. And, the earliest ones, the Quartet Divertimenti, which have 5 movements and tend to be more relaxed and light, they are no less masterful than the later ones. And you can hear him evolving from one set to the next, each one building on what has come before, without in any way invalidating what has come before, because Haydn started out mature. He didn't really write stuff till he was well into his 20s. He was a slow developer. And once he finally started to write these works, there was no looking back. And one of the fascinating things about Haydn and his quartet legacy, which I think is worth pointing out, is that Haydn was the best music critic of all time, in the sense that he stopped writing what he couldn't be best at. And so you knew if he continued to do something, it was because he still could be best at it. He still had something to say. For example, Mozart's quartets dedicated to Haydn. Haydn said to Mozart's father, after hearing them, your son is the greatest composer known to me. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They were a stunning tribute from one great musician to the next. And of course, Haydn and Mozart were very, very good friends. But Haydn did not stop writing quartets. He did tell people, when they asked him for an opera, go to Mozart. He didn't write piano concertos, for example, because there was Mozart. But he wrote symphonies. And he knew Beethoven's early works, his early quartets and early chamber pieces. And Haydn still wrote quartets because they were proprietary. He had the trick. He knew what he was doing, and his way of writing quartets was like nobody else's. Absolutely astonishing, brilliant, ceaselessly inventive. And, I wanted to end this series with number 365 with something that would be something that would give you years more of listening enjoyment, because the Haydn string quartets as a body are just the richest, most rewarding pieces of music by any composer in bulk. I mean, who wrote like lots of things without any diminution, yes, something like that, lessening of quality anywhere through them. I mean, you will spend the rest of your life listening to these magnificent works and finding something new and fresh and fabulous at every turn. So with that, we come to the end of the annual cycle, a different disc for every day of the year. That's what this series has been. And this series with the Auryn Quartet on Tacet, doing the complete Haydn string quartets, has been absolutely, one of my musical best friends. Let's just put it that way. No matter what the occasion, no matter how I'm feeling, you stick some of this stuff on, and you know that the world is a better place, and everything is going to be okay, one way or another. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.